Welcome back to a double header. This episode sees us take on Middlesbrough in the fourth round of the Carabao Cup and travel to the Ettihad to take on Manchester City. I don't know how we're going to cope. First team and second team are getting outings in this one. Come and have a look. How do everybody, and welcome back to the evolution of Everton. You join me the night before we take on Middlesbrough in the fourth round of the Carabao Cup. Also, as part of the double header that you were promised, we are also going to travel up to the Ettihad and take on Man City in the Premier League. So a massive double header. If that's not good enough for a like, subscribe and a share, I don't know what is. Please do your thing. It would massively help me out. It does mean the world to me in terms of the direction of travel the channel's going in. So it would really mean a lot. Thank you very, very much for doing it. That'll do for that stuff. Right, let's catch you back up. The eagle-eyed amongst you can see that we're currently third and we have a game in hand on Spurs, which if we win, in theory, we can go top, but also Aston Villa have that game in hand too. So, again, we're in October. None of this really matters. We've been here before, haven't we? So we all just need to stay a little bit calm, even though I think we're going to win the league. Okay, let's move on. Let's update you in terms of where we were. So you joined us for the Leicester game, right? Where Beto put me to the sword. We then travelled down to the Amex and took on Brighton. Calvert-Lewin got an equaliser, and then after that we fell to bits and we lost 3-1. It was a really, really poor situation, to be fair, second half. And I'd made some changes, and I feel like I said probably earlier on in the season, our starting 11's strong. The deeper into that squad you go, we start to suffer a little bit, and that came to fruition at Brighton. However, newly promoted Sheffield United came to Bramley Moor Dock, and we gave them a right good going over. The good news is Kyle George also managed to get on the score sheet, so that's his first Premier League goal this season, which is good. Obviously, he's scored in the Cups. But we've got him and Luca both on 6 goals each, which is a really, really good position for us to be in with our centre-forwards. Then down to the London Stadium, taking on West Ham. We took the lead and I thought we might nick it because it really was a little bit of a back and forth game. However, Kudos managed to get on the score sheet and we drew. James Garner was dead nice. He was dead nice in the press beforehand about me. We had a hug after. Everything's all right. He's happy. We're all happy. It is what it is. So we drew. A point there isn't the worst thing in the world. And then back to Bramley Moor Dock. And despite being down to 9 men, we managed to nick a winner in the 83rd minute with Roy scoring. We were struggling. We took the lead early. Then we got Dorgu sent off. Then Che Adams scores. I think the writing's on the wall. Then Kuensa, George, gets sent off. So I'm thinking we're going to concede here and it's going to be a 2-1 loss this. And then we go ahead and score. And then I went super defensive for the last 7 minutes and crossed my fingers and my toes and we came out with 3 points. All in all, leaving us in third. So we're in a good place in the Premier League. Really happy with where we're up to. Obviously, in today's episode, you're going to see us take on City, who are currently 8th. But City are just as strong as ever. And therefore, we can't judge anything by that current league position. But the first game is going to be against Aston Villa in the Carabao Cup, which is a trophy that we know we have got history with, that we can go and win. Hopefully, we can do a job against them. I am going to rotate. So what you're going to see, by the way, Middlesbrough second in the Championship. They're no mugs, these guys. So it's going to be, look at that. Look at that, the Tynes derby up there going at it. What you're going to see is a rotated squad, but you're going to see it against a team that is not full of mugs. This is going to be a very, very strong outfit, and it's going to be an interesting test of our, essentially, second 11 to a degree. Anyway, enough talking. You're going to join me in the dressing room in a minute. See you shortly. Here we are in the dressing room. Everybody's getting ready. The team sheet has been up on the wall now for the last 10 minutes. Everybody's seen it. It's no surprise. We know the score. We do rotate. Right, here we go then. So in goal, you've got Jakobishvili. I can't say his name. I can't say his name, so it's going to be Aaron. Aaron's in goal because Noppert is injured. sadly. So he's currently out for 2 weeks, twisted his ankle, therefore he can't play. Gutted for him because he's done well in the Cups, but he's out, so Pickford drops to the bench. Santos, Maguire, Branthwaite across the back. Then you got Franjic playing left back. Now, I will say, Dorgu suspended, as is George, but the changes would have been made anyway, right? Habib Diarra's coming in the deep line playmaker role. We've got Onana, who's cup tied, so he's out, and also Chet Decore, he's on his way back. So he's had a little bit of a knock, but he's on his way back, but I'm not going to risk him today. I know he's on the bench, but he isn't going to play. Al-Roush in that attacking playmaker role, Blanco in his familiar Mazzala role, Sainz on the left, Rodriguez on the right, and Kyle George up top. Fully rotated 11, which is what we've done in every cup game so far, although admittedly this is far more of a test. We do have a very, very solid bench though, which I'm really pleased with. So anybody of those can come in, and it would be like sending first team players on, because that's exactly what it is, right? So pleased with it, really strong lineup. Let's go and see what they can do in taking on a team in Middlesbrough, managed by Maresco, who are currently second in the Championship, competing to win the thing. Let's have a look. Be very interesting this. Good test for them, and good for us to get a little bit of rest in the first team lads' legs before we take on City at the Ettihad, right? So, absolutely. A lot of credit you've been given, lads. A lot of credit, not used really, the first team, but nonetheless, credit. Go and make sure we deserve it. Max, how do you approach this match with both teams in good form? I enjoy these matches a lot. They don't need any extra motivation. It's a good standard of football. Confident? I like to think we've got a good chance. We're confident. Yes. Well, have we done better than most people think? We've won it before, Max. I'll remind you. Everything that reaches this stage has a chance of winning. We've done well enough to this point. It's not unrealistic to think we could go on and win it. It isn't. Do you know why? Because we've done it. So, reasons. Here we go then. Let's take on Middlesbrough. Let's see what we can do against the team that are doing very, very well in the Championship. The good news is we get to rotate and rest. The challenge is, can they beat a team of this standard with our second 11? And let's have a look. We'll see. Middlesbrough are on the ball, looking to play football, which is good to see. Probably no less than you'd expect from an Enzo Maresca team, as they look to build from the back, and Hackney's on it. Played it forward to McGree, but Santos has stepped in. Rodriguez would normally run at his man. Maybe he's a bit short on confidence because he's not been playing. You can see Santos has kicked on. Now he's come back inside, giving away. McCree's on the ball again. Looks inside and finds Tommy Cannon. Tommy Cannon is blocked by Jakob Ishvilvili, Aaron, superbly well. That's a very, very good chance for them to score. 0.47 on the XG chart. So, you could argue he probably should have took that. So Aaron's done very well. 20 minutes on the clock. We have had no shots, but we have had the lion's share of the ball. Franjic's beckoning his players forward. Blanco's on it, comes back inside and finds Diarra. Al-Roush around the corner for Sainz. Takes on his man. Can he box it? Kai George and ball, surely. No one claimed that except me. Maguire, nothing. Absolutely nothing. Middlesbrough on the attack again. Wolfenden. They look like a very, very strong outfit, to be fair, and it looks like they're going to give us a right good game. He's clipped one. Had eyes in behind. He's at the bar. Maybe you could argue Aaron did enough, made himself big. We'll do that because I'm hoping the kid does well. 30 minutes on the clock. Given away by Rodriguez, nearly. Back to Diarra, though he's recovered. Back on the ball. Santos has kicked on again. Look at him. We've not found him. If we'd have just clipped that ball, Santos was in acres. He's coming to his feet, though, and he stepped inside. Maguire, can you go and find Branthwaite? No, he's come back to Santos, inside to Al-Roush. Branthwaite still in acres. I don't know why we're coming this way into traffic. Go the opposite side and horseshoe. Can we go the opposite side? No, we're going to come down this compact channel. I don't know why we're doing it, but we're doing it. Al-Roush, Santos finds Al-Roush, who steps forward. Kai George, first time finish. What am I talking about? Just go down the compact channel. Don't worry about it. We don't have to horseshoe. We've got enough about us, Gaffer, to play in and amongst these lads and do it with bodies there. I love this. This ball from Santos is nice. Al-Roush around the corner. There you go. Kai George says, I'll just take this first time. And we had 3-on-3 there. Middlesbrough have been brave, but unfortunately we've put them to the sword. Unfortunately for them, I suppose. Not for us, because, that's our aim. Desire to win. So, 1-0. Superb start for us then. We've had just about the majority of football, and we've taken our chances. We've taken our chances despite Middlesbrough having the better chances, as is shown there by the data. However, we're in the lead. You're capable of even better, lads. Absolutely you are. Our passing's been good so far. Keep it up. That little interplay on the channel, absolutely right. Despite me saying, switch. So they knew what they were doing. They knew what they were doing, and we are 1-0 up as a result. Approaching the hour mark, I'm not going to make loads of changes here. We're doing this for a reason, remember. We're giving the lads a chance to play, but we're also allowing our first team to rest. Blanco's on the ball, deep in the Middlesbrough half. He's clipped looking for Rodriguez, but doesn't find him. Alrouche, Diarra. Santos is forwards. He looks to take on his man. His box. He's found Kyle George, and Kyle George has scored. The referee is potentially saying he's offside, though. He's got his finger in his ear. We don't know what's going on. It's been given. Santos does incredibly well here. Really pleased for him. I'm getting a load of stick off their manager for not playing him. But he's done very well there, and he's put a ball in that allows Kyle George again to finish first time and give us a 2-0 lead, which if we can hold on to means we're comfortably into the next round. However, Middlesbrough don't want that, and they're starting to press again. Wolfenden inside to Acevedo. Brownhill finds Force. Force has found the side netting. It's a lovely finish. Marcus Force puts them back in the game, sadly, which means we don't have the leeway to be able to just relax a little bit. We've got to keep going. 70 minutes on the clock. Am I going to make a couple of changes? Quite possibly, but Middlesbrough are on the ball again. Force, the danger man. Clip clear, but it's only gone as far as Cernicola. Forwards to McGree, who comes inside. Clip to Force, danger man, steps inside. Brownhill has slotted. They are back on it. It's now Desmond, and we've got a load of work to do. Middlesbrough are in the ascendancy, not what you want to see. I'm going to make a couple of changes. I'm going to make a change to bring on Roy on the right-hand side because Rodriguez hasn't really offered me all that much, in fairness. And Blanco's playing a 6.4, which is far from ideal as well. Let's get Roy on. So the positive here is, right, we're strengthening the team. That's the way we've got to look at this. We're strengthening the team. We're not weakening it by sending on players. We're strengthening. Dewsbury Hall, on you come for Blanco. Go and see if you can get me something. If you can, that would be ideal. Georgie's on for a hat-trick, so we're going to leave him on. And I don't have a left-back to send on for Franjik, so that is what it is. We'll confirm those two subs. We'll stay positive because... Brilliant. Far from ideal. What's wrong with you, son? Potential foot injury. Potential foot injury. And no, I haven't. Luca's there. Everything's okay. Everybody stay calm. Did the other changes take effect, though? I don't think they did. Have they had a player sent off? No, they've used all the subs, though. They have used all their subs, though. Oh, no. No, Roy didn't come on. Why didn't Roy come on? But Dewsbury Hall did. Let's do that. 80 minutes. I'm pretty sure this is finished on the night, right? There's no replay. Am I right? I hope I'm right. We're on the ball. Can we do it in normal time? Roy boxed. Probably looking for Luca, but didn't find him. Franjek inside to Diarra. Santos to Roy. Roy clips it. Back post. He's found side netting. The referee's saying we might be offside again. I don't think he was. Let's have a look, though, what they're saying. He was, Carl. He was. He was most definitely offside. So, this ball here from Santos was lovely. It was nice and quick. I tell you what, it's close, that, isn't it? It's close. So close the liner doesn't put his flag up. 8 minutes of time added on. Are we going to get anything else? They're on the ball. This doesn't bode well. He's gone long. He's found Force, but Force has nodded it inside to Maguire. Can you look after it for me, please, Harry? Franjik strides forwards, signs into Dewsbury Hall, who steps in. Luca, he's in on goal. Luca's finished. That's a lovely finish. He's not messing about when he gets into those scenarios. One-on-one with the keeper, Bryn, and he just slides it into the side netting. Love to see that, and it gives us a 3-2 lead. Middlesbrough have done fantastically well, it's got to be said, but they're now competing with 10 men against a team that are currently third in the Premier League. It's a big ask, and we have managed to put them to the sword there. The game is still going on, though. I don't know what happened there with the camera, but Middlesbrough are on the ball again, deep in our half. Tommy Cannon, Braithwaite clears. Signs into Luca. Can you see the opposite side? He can. Signs has made a massive run on the left-hand side, but Roy's having a go and going to the corner. I don't know what that was, but he got tackled, and it's a throw-in. The game carries on. 8 minutes 20 played. Box looking for Signs and doesn't find him. Franiek finds Signs this time. Back to Franiek. Inside to El Rouge. Roy. Great save from Bryn. And it's a corner. Are we going to take the corner? Can we just have the full-time whistle? There it is. And we progress into the 5th round, probably the quarterfinals in fairness, of the Carabao Cup with a great win. I've just got to hope Kyle George is not too badly done, because he is a big feature of our cup team for sure. And as we know, Chimiti is not in the Premier League squad because of rules. Great high than we've seen recently. Hopefully this will carry on. Dazzling display. Absolutely dazzling, Chris. Yeah, it was late, but it seemed about right. I don't think Middlesbrough have any complaints, 100%. That's why we all fell in love with football, Chris, because of moments like that, absolutely. City are through, Bournemouth are through, and United are through. It's going to be a challenging next round, that's for sure. We win in the 4th round. No, I wouldn't. You're right, Enzo. You're right. He's fractured his toe. He's out for 3 weeks. Not the worst thing in the world, but not the best either, I suppose. He did very well, didn't he, Aaron? In fairness to him, he did very well. Who are you watching, son? Raul Blanco and Sainz for the next Spain squad. Welcome. Come and have a drink with me after the game, son. We'll have a chat. Good to see. You're keeping tabs on... Is that... Caicedo, yeah. I thought it was. Okay, right. The next time you join me then, we're going to be taking on City. We'll be up at the Ettihad. Hopefully, we'll be able to rotate and put a Premier League squad back in there where we can compete against those boys too. I'll see you shortly. And welcome back to the second part of this double header here at the Ettihad. And you can see in front of you a fully changed 11. The good news is, George is back. His suspension has been served for his red card. However, because of the nature of the tackle that Dargu went flying into, he's got a further 2 games. So he's out. He's done for the next couple of games. So he can't feature today against City, sadly. Other than that, though, we are fully rotated once again. So we've got Pickford back in goal. Gendry takes the place of Santos, although Santos could feel slightly hard done by with how well he played. O'Brien, George, Franick. Decore sets back into his position. Gibbs White and Dewsbury Hall with Kuna on the left, Roy on the right and Luca up top. Obviously George is out injured. The bad news is we don't have a centre forward on the bench, really. I could bring one of the kids in. Should I bring one of the kids in? I might bring one of the kids in. Who am I going to do it for? Who am I going to do it for, though? I don't really want to drop him off the bench. I'm not doing it. Kuna can go up there if we need him to. And we can put Sands on and we can do that. Let's do that. I'm not doing it because I like the strength of our bench and I don't really want to weaken it any further. We are going to go out and try and compete against City. I know that sounds negative, but the reality is, look at that team. Just look at that team. It's tremendous. It really is tremendous. Mourinho's got the job, no idea how. They must be playing uber negative. But there we go. What's we saying here? Yeah, show them the praise is justified. Love that team talk. Love that team talk for what it does to the lads. Jack, Radio Merseyside. How important is a good performance? Absolutely. If we play to the levels we're capable of, we'll do well. It's not a derby. I've had this chat with Everton fans. It isn't a derby. I always look forward to this one. Yeah, absolutely. We'll be focused on our own game, thanks, Jack. You can see what you want, to be perfectly honest. I don't think desire comes into it, kid. You be in a mood with me if you want. That's absolutely fine. I'm going to just do me. Let's see how we get on then. Big test, but this time it's a test for the first team, and I think it's a little bit more challenging when it comes to games. We've got to see what we can do. We've gone balanced. We're going to try and hold our own against a very, very strong Man City team who are currently trying to take the lead there. Gvardiol, it's back out to him, but it comes to nothing. It was a nothing chance, really, when it comes to data, so we'll take that. But we've not had our chance of our own yet. Bernardo strides forward and clips a long one to Grealish, whose touch completely does Gendry. Pickford does very, very well to push that around the post. That first touch was sublime. Absolutely sublime. Bernardo, box, looking for Rodrigo, but it's nodded away. Grealish is back on the ball and finds Bernardo again. Out to the edge for Alvarez. Diamande Gvardiol, who can shoot and does, and I think he's at the bar there, thankfully, and it's not a push, so we're back out of trouble. 50-50 possession. We have had a couple of opportunities, and we have hit the target once, but nothing worthy of a highlight. Maybe I'll just demand a little bit more from the lads. Maybe I'll demand a little bit more, see if I can get a reaction. Not really. They've all just looked at me gormless and said, yeah, I don't know what you're asking for here. We're playing City. Let's all just calm down. As half-time is approaching, City chance. Haaland clips a ball looking for Rodrigo. Pickford comes and claims it, though. No problem there. Is there going to be a follow-up highlight? Pickford looks like he's going to go long, which I'll be furious if he does, and he has. He's gone for Roy as well, which is never the target, but Gendry steps in. Luka gives it away, though, with a poorly timed pass. Rodrigo looking to distribute, finds Bernardo. Back to Lewis and Alvarez, inside to Haaland. Grealish, who's been a danger man. Phil Foden slots. It's been all City, hasn't it? It's been all City, and ultimately, with their quality, you can't afford to give them that amount of opportunities. Haaland does really well here, just reverses it, and Grealish just sees Foden make the run. Was he maybe offside? I don't think he was. VAR would have picked it up, of course, but he looked like he was quite deep. We looked to have a solid line, but just not solid enough, sadly. 1-0 at half-time. Well, show me something better in the second half, lads, if I'm honest. I don't think that's unfair to ask. We've not had any opportunities at goal, so we're going to send them out with a little bit of a flea in their ear and see if we can get something done. Start the second half, see where we go, and then we'll just give it 10-15 minutes, see if we need to make any changes. Dewsbury Hall's on the ball. George, looking to play that ball-playing defender role, but doing it very, very badly as he just gives Bernardo the ball. Franjic with a lovely tackle. Look at the direction of the ball. Look at the direction of the ball, ref. It's going to be a penalty, but it's never seen a penalty. It's never seen a penalty, that. So infuriating, this game. Haaland slots. I know, right, the programme says there was going to be a penalty for City. I understand how it all works. I'm not daft. But don't show that animation. Don't show that animation. The tackle was clean. The ball's gone. Just... Okay. Calm down. 2-0 down. 50 minutes gone. City still on the ball. We're going to have to make a couple of changes because nothing is coming out of this at all as it stands. 60 minutes will come and we'll make the changes and see if we can get anything from this game. But we'll see out this highlight first. Kuna's on the ball. Decore inside to Luka. Luka's come deep. He's clipped to try and find Roy. It's a big ask and that was never going to happen. But Roy won it back. And Roy scored. We are in the game. We are in the game and Roy's made the most of that. That was not the right ball from Luka. But Roy's made the most of it for sure. We're going to skip the highlight and we're going to pause and we're going to go and make our changes now. What we're going to do is we're going to send signs on for Luka. We're going to put Kuna up top. Kuna's furious. He's furious. He's raging. He's very keen to kick on, which is good to see. Dewsbury Hall's playing poorly. On you go, Blanco. Blanco. Playing with a Blanca from Street Fighter, or am I super old? I am super old. That's okay. I'm accepting of that. Santos is going to come on and see if he can get a little bit further forwards and go and run at players. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to go a little bit more positive, fingers crossed with the changes made, and see if we can get something from this game. As Haaland has a go direct from a free kick and does well. Kuna wins it. Decore stood high. He's on the ball. Can we just look after it? No, we're going to lose it. I don't know why we didn't just come backwards there. Grealish box. He's looking for Haaland. Nodded wide. It is all City. I'm going to try and demand a little bit more and see if I can get anything out of the lads in terms of a reaction. Oscar Bob comes on. Tremendous player in real life, by the way. Glad to see him back and playing. There it is. Ruben completes the win for City. We're not coming back from that. Bernardo found him really well in the box and he just nods in past Pickford. It's a lovely header. Oh, is it an own goal? I'm not entirely sure what he was doing with his little foot raise there, Gibbs White. It was poor. Another City highlight, free kick. They've had loads, by the way. Alvarez from distance fires wide. The Core's knackered. We're probably going to make that change just to protect him more than anything else for the upcoming games. don't really want to put Al Rouge there. Onana's going on. You go and do that job for me, please. And Al Rouge can come on and take the place of Gibbs White, who's booked, and see if we can get anything out of you in terms of a tune. Free kick, that's a throw-in, Carl. Blanco loses out to Bernardo. Oscar Bob's on the ball, and he won't be afraid to run at us, and he is doing. He's taken our fullback and our winger very, very deep there. Found Alvarez. Big pockets of space, but it's come all the way back to Ruben. Diamande clipped, looking for Haaland. I don't know how he managed to get on that ball, if I'm honest, but he did. And it's another City corner, 3-1. Pepe's going to try and swing it in. Does so, looking for Rodri. Rodri nods over, and it's a goal kick to us again. It's been a challenge, this one, hasn't it? It's been a challenge. The good news is, from a data perspective, we've had a lot of the ball. We just haven't created anywhere near enough chances to warrant that amount of possession, and City really have. 21 shots, 9 on target. They've deserved that, all ends up, in fairness. We've just not been creative enough, and you have to look at the central triangle there as to establish as to why. I don't like what I saw. What's your analysis? I think there's things we can take positives out of it in terms of the possession, as we've just talked about. In there, Max, how much was it of a blow? It made half-time feel short. It's a good analogy, that. It's true, it really did. We head into games knowing that we can outscore teams. Just not today, Max, if I'm honest. Just not today. And it keeps us third, but it makes that run very, very tight. Look at that. All the way down to 11th, are within 3 points of third. Wowzers. Very, very tight league this is right now. Okay, right. Oh, in the break, I forgot to say, during the PSG boss, looking at Luca. PSG at City. Yes, Luton. We've got Luton in the quarter-final of the Carabao Cup. That's who we've got. All right. The draw was quite kind to us. And I think what we might do is we might come back for that, actually. Or should we come back from the... No, we'll come back for that. We need to get through, and we'll get to a point where we're approaching Christmas. We'll have done all of November. You'll see exactly where we're up to. And then the next logical time to come back would be in the sort of January window time. So we'll do that. We'll come back for the Luton game in the Carabao Cup quarter-final as we look to try and kick on a little bit, get a good few games under our belt, and all being well, we can maintain our place in the European places in the Premier League. Hope you've enjoyed that. Thank you very, very much for watching. If you've made it this far and you haven't subscribed, please do. Please. Thanks. Catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.